What's going on, Giants fans? This is Marco, co-host of the Bleedbigblue podcast, coming to you with another video. This week, I think we are going to do something a little different, put out a new series with this season spiraling out of control. A majority of fans that I see are calling for Ben McAdoo to be fired. But my question is, do we stop there? Do we look at Jerry Reese as well? So I'm going to break down each draft that he has done and see his performance. So his first draft was in 2007, and I'll give you a little backstory on how he got there. The Giants went 8-8 the season prior, third year in the playoffs. This year they made a wild card spot and lost to the Eagles. There were some questions around Eli Manning, if he was indeed a franchise quarterback. He wasn't playing out of this world. He was playing moderately okay. Other guys in Eli's draft position were doing much better. Philip Rivers had his team at 12-4, and Ben Roethlisberger won the Super Bowl his rookie year. So there were a lot of questions about that. Seemed to be a lot of beef between Eli Manning, Tiki Barber, and Tom Coughlin, and Michael Strahan was possibly considering retirement. Jerry Reese had the 20th pick to work with, and overall there were 8 picks in this draft. The 2007 draft class was a pretty talented year. We had Calvin Johnson, Joe Thomas, Adrian Peterson, Darrelle Revis, so there was a bunch of, now we know there were a bunch of big names in there. And the first person taken was Jamarcus Russell by the Raiders, which turned out to be a bust. Going into it, many people believed that the Giants were going to take an offensive lineman, a cornerback, or a wide receiver with the 20th pick. There were some holes, but generally this team just made the playoffs, and they were a solid team. Right after the draft, Jerry Reese took some criticism on some of his picks. Your boy Mel Kiper gave him a C-, and we'll get into all that and all the picks now. I threw a question out to my fellow podcast hosts. So the question is, what is a good draft? If you're picking very high up, you want to get a Pro Bowler with that first pick, but generally you want to have at least 3 starters come out of that draft class, and you want some guys to be able to contribute. So here is the breakdown for the 2007 draft of the New York Football Giants with new general manager Jerry Reese. First round, pick number 20, cornerback Aaron Ross. Aaron played with the Giants from 2007 to 2011. He left after free agency and returned for a year, but really never caught on. And after that, he had a few other stints with some teams, but injuries ended his career a little short. Aaron was a solid corner, professional, knows how to play, was with the Giants for both those Super Bowl runs, and he was a solid pick. The Giants did need help at the cornerback position, and I think Aaron Ross gave that to them. There were some questions if the Giants should go with an offensive lineman with that pick. Joe Staley was still available and later selected by the Niners, who's still playing to this day. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. But Aaron fit the need at that moment. Second round, pick number 51 was wide receiver Steve Smith. He played with the Giants from 2007 to 2010. Originally, Steve Smith came on the Giants pretty quietly, but started becoming a very vital weapon. He made it to the Pro Bowl one year where he had 108 receptions. I think that was in 2009. He suffered a pretty bad injury going into free agency. The Giants felt that he needed some additional time off, but wanted to re-sign him. And the Eagles said he was ready to go as soon as the season started. So he kind of left pretty abruptly and went to the Eagles and never really recovered from that. While he was on the Giants, Smith was an excellent receiver. He did leave a bad taste in everyone's mouth after he left and bolted to the Eagles. He soon re-injured himself and really was never the same player. Round 3, pick number 81 was defensive tackle Jay Alford. Jay is mostly remembered for his sack on Tom Brady in Super Bowl 42. He played from 2007 and 2009, but never really caught on to a franchise and had a real lengthy career. Round 4, pick number 116 was linebacker Zak DeOssie. Zak played from 2007 to today. He is our special teams captain, our special teams guru and long snapper, smart veteran, longevity in his career, was named to a Pro Bowl, solid professional. Round number 5, pick number 153, tight end Kevin Boss. He played with the Giants from 2007 to 2011. After that, he left in free agency and played another few years, but then retired. He was a favorite target of Eli Manning and gained the trust of head coach Tom Coughlin, enough so that when Jeremy Shockey was injured, the Giants showed no urgency to bring him back and let Kevin Boss start the rest of the season, including that magical Super Bowl run where Kevin Boss was making plays and Jeremy Shockey was not even on the sidelines, but he was in the stands. Round number 6, pick 189, tackle Adam Koets. He played from 2007 to 2011. He played in 11 games for the Giants and eventually was released. Round number 7, pick 224 was cornerback Michael Johnson. He played from 2007 to 2010. He definitely was a contributor to the Giants, playing in the defensive backfield, some special teams with kick and punt returning. He made some key plays in that initial Giant run, especially in the Green Bay game, punching the ball out, and Dominic Hickson recovered it. So a few memorable moments as a Giants player. He later left in free agency. I think he went to the Lions. Last pick for 2007, round 7, pick number 250, running back Ahmad Bradshaw. He played from 2007 to 2012. Has won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, was an essential part of the Giants' three-headed monster, Earth, Wind, and Fire running back attack. For a 7th round pick, this is a absolute home run. It was picks like that where Giants fans started saying, "In Reese we trust." Getting a 7th round steal such as Ahmad Bradshaw put a lot of faith in Jay Reese amongst the Giants fandom. To recap everything, Jay Reese had 8 picks in 2007. Out of those, 2 players made the Pro Bowl. Many were solid veterans, and he had a few steals with Ahmad Bradshaw. A few players really never caught on, but they still had some key moments in our Super Bowl runs. So overall, I think this was one of Jay Reese's better drafts. This one has to be up there. This set the bar pretty high for him with some high expectations, especially first year in. Putting together the final touches on a roster that would win a Super Bowl is an amazing accomplishment. Let me know if I am missing anything, or if you have any thoughts on this. You could leave a comment down below. If I was to grade this, I would give it an A. I'll start the research for 2008. Let me know if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. And I heard that now I have to tell everyone to also click the bell button as well. Thank you for watching. We'll put out a few more videos this week, and I will talk to everyone later on, and peace.